or its management.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Debate Night. Ramadan Kareem to everyone and Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. This is my first show after a very, very long time. And what do they put me in? A debate night. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, shall we say. It's going to be fiery. It's going to be straightforward, and it's going to be right to the point. So we're looking forward to that. So now, without any further ado, my official guests. Now, people are wondering who are these guests that are joining Muz on this interesting show today. But it is our, I don't know what you say, newly wedded couple or new-ish wedded couple. But it's brother Abdul Halim, who is my old Dream Team host. I feel like that was like ages ago. But first of all, Assalamu alaikum, Abdul Halim.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, bro? You okay? You ready, geared up and ready to go?
Alhamdulillah. Just like you, I think my last show was probably with you. Wow.
And I can't remember when the last show was.
I think it was like 2 Ramadans ago.
2 Ramadans ago. There you go. And we are joined also by Brother Abdul Halim's Mrs. Sister Annie. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Welcome to Revive FM.
Thank you very much. Yes, very interesting topic. Exciting topic. So we'll see how it goes.
Good. So hopefully, just to let everyone know, this is going to be what have we named this? Annie, what have we named the show today?
What is it? Halal marriage, the perils of halal marriage.
Wow, you've given it a little even more of a
kick.
Yeah, you're giving it a bit more of a thing, but I think we call it halal dating, arranged marriage versus love marriage.
Yeah.
This is a interesting topic that we're inviting, all our listeners to come in, join in the discussion, our viewers as well that want to take part in this discussion. This is such a hot topic in the Muslim community right now about, first of all, the parent struggles of finding that suitable partner and finding, the right partner for their children, and at the same time for the actual individual themselves of trying to find the right companion and so on. So it's such a interesting topic, and it can go on to different angles. There's different ways of finding marriages or your marriage partner, which we're going to discuss and talk about, the pros and cons of each of those. But before we do so, if anyone wants to get involved, our Facebook Live is now open. You can drop your comments, because we know, speaking to a few individuals before this show that I was encouraging to call in, they were sort of saying, okay, we find it difficult to come on and talk, but you know what? Facebook, social media, the wonders of social media. Get online, get your comments in, anything that you want to add to our discussion, please do so. So go into our Facebook Live, Revive FM, and do get your comments in there, and we will definitely read them up and, get the discussion started. However, what's more important, because obviously people like me, a little bit more old school, like to hear from the listeners, try to keep up with Facebook, but just don't get the time. But we'd actually like to hear from you guys. So when the discussion gets started, do give us a call on 0333 444 0940 and get the conversation started with us, because we're open, we're willing to listen to you. We want you to be engaged with us and hopefully take part in this, and we can learn from you and you can learn from us, hopefully. So let's get the debate started.
Yes, let's get it started.
So what I think, to set it up, to set it all up and to take it on to that level of discussing this whole scenario. I mean, I'm getting messages right now, as you can imagine. I've put the broadcast message out, and people are already coming out and saying, halal dating, brother, is this halal, is this haram? We're not here, to say halal, haram, or have a scholarly debate on this matter. But we're actually talking about the real issues that people face during this time. So these are the things that we want to discuss. But when it comes to like scholarly stuff or religious stuff, I think we will leave that to scholars.
Yeah, very much so.
We'll leave it to scholars.
As well as the marriage advice. We're not here to give marriage advice. We're not marriage counselors. We're not qualified in that. It's just, as you mentioned, we're 3 ordinary people that want to talk about this topic and discuss this topic, and want the viewers to also get involved with the topic.
100%, 100%. Couldn't say it better myself. So let's start, and let's start talking about, the struggles.
Yeah.
The struggles of finding that partner, finding the someone. It's immense stressful. How the anxiety of finding that spouse.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
It is really difficult. Like I was saying to Abdul Halim, like I feel like nowadays a lot of people are just told that you've got your schooling, you've got your university, you've got your degree, you've got your job, and that's it. People are just like, so when are you going to have, when you're going to get married, that pressure is immensely straight away on. And nowadays I feel, because there's such a gap between the older generation being our parents and kind of our granddad and everything, and then the younger generation, we're very much stuck in limbo about kind of what's the right age to get married. Are we mature enough to get married? What kind of questions should we be asking and stuff? So I think the whole concept of when we should kind of get married, when we should start get looking, I think the conversation needs to be started a bit earlier, because if you expect them to kind of spend the entire 20, 25 years, completely opposite sexes are completely, separated, it makes it really, really hard to then think about, okay, what's the best way to kind of approach this topic without kind of going in all guns blazing or just having no concept of what you're supposed to be speaking about and where your boundaries are.
Interesting, to say it's true. You're putting through the school system, the university system, the college system, and you're told, do not engage.
Yeah.
Do not engage. And then all of a sudden after uni, you're expected to have a partner ready in one sense, the way you was talking about it, it's more of a task.
Yes, I was going to say, it's like a tick list.
Exactly. It's a bucket list, that, we need to now get married, and is it, is that what marriage is?
It's like when you hit a certain age. So like Kurutan was saying, is once you go past the age of 24, 25, it's like, okay, the clock's ticking.
Yeah.
And that pressure then really builds on you. And you think, okay, right, am I doing something? What do I do? Where do I go? Where do I begin? It's, this, how do you find someone? And there's so many different questions that you have at that stage, and you don't know where to start.
It's true. It's quite daunting.
It is. And I was going to say, even in your friendship groups, like for me in university, you'll either have friends that are already married and settled and everything was set for them, or then you just have a group of us where you're just all talking about the same thing. You're just like, where does the conversation progress from here? You're kind of stuck in that same sort of area because you're just like, okay, what's the right way to kind of approach this going forward?
And is that pressure of marriage after university? So basically what happens, I think what the tradition stereotype one is that the guy or the man, comes out of uni, he has to have a career for 1 year.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden he needs to get married.
Yeah.
Whereas a woman probably traditionally same sort of thing. It's the same sort of 24, 25.
Sometimes I used to find as well that even if you were still in uni, for example, I found, if I'm completely being just blunt here, a woman's prime is anything between 18 to 25. If you're after 25, you're kind of seen as overdated goods, shall we say, if that's being a bit controversial. So with women, I felt like the onus was less on kind of doing the education and getting a job, but more about settling down whilst you're still in your prime, essentially, or whatever your prime was considered. So yeah. Yeah,
no, it's it is that pressure of uni, career, and then coming out and having that pressure on you to, I think, probably more parents' pressure or that we need to now settle you down.
I think it's actually not just a parents' pressure, but society's pressure, and pressure not only from the parents, but you get the aunties asking you. You get you go to family gatherings and everyone's eyeing you up. Okay,
where did these aunties show up from? Seriously,
you understand?
They're uninvited, and all of a sudden they will show up and say,
they're uninvited but opinionated.
Oh wow, and he's on fire. Seriously, what up, the team? Where have you been hiding? Now I'm thinking this show will get on with the one-liners. Now I'm looking forward to that. Definitely. But yes, these aunties. Obviously, this is the society pressure now. So first, we're talking about the pressure of coming out of that university phase, getting into a career, and then all of a sudden, as a task, you're told now it's time for you to get married.
Yeah.
Where's the whole debate about where's the the whole wonderful nature of a marriage, the whole building a bond, talking about the beauty of a marriage? No,
Yeah.
It's a task that needs to be done. Signed, sealed, delivered in a matter of 6 to 12 months. Get it done and deal.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, especially when you're living in an Asian background, you're told you have to get a degree. No matter what, you must go to university. I don't care what you get a degree in, you have to get a degree. It's like a tick list. Like I as a parent, I have to tell everyone that my son or my daughter has got a degree now. And as soon as they've got a degree, my son or daughter has found someone to get married to now.
We've got these little kitty party competitions.
It's just a continuous tick list that you're going along with for like your entire life.
I just like to see if these parents, you know, our lovely parents, have got this checklist somewhere. You know, we talk about how carnage they are and how, you know, chaotic these Asian households are. But when it comes to these things, it'd be interesting to see if there is a checklist somewhere or a plan somewhere, or, you know, when you're born, they make a feasibility studies on you or something. It'd be very interesting, but I doubt it very much. Because it's the society pressure.
I was just about to say, they've got their own concept of society pressures kind of within their circles, because I suppose we see it now from kind of the generation that we're in, where we're talking about marriage. But then I suppose once, you know, inshallah, we've got married and then we've got our own kids, your focus then actually starts on those kids and making them what is perceived as being successful in life. So I suppose for them, like my parents always used to say that, you know, inshallah, like our biggest thing is just to see you settled and happy, inshallah, in life. And that's it. You know, we're happy and we can say, you know, we're done sort of thing. So for them, they see that as their own checklist, whereas we kind of see it as just like, oh my God, it's a checklist. But
checklist to their retirement plan, perhaps.
Maybe.
That's what it is, isn't it? Get it done so they can chill out. But they don't chill out.
So they could, exactly. They can go and live their best lives then.
Okay, so we're getting comments in, so I'm going to give an opportunity, because if we wait till the end, it's going to get difficult. So let's get these Facebook comments and start, you know, assessing what people are saying as well. So I have brother Raja Pakistani Nawaz.
What a name!
Raja Pakistani Janab, and he goes, in Pakistan, this is interesting. In Pakistan, young guys are more concerned about their career first than marriage. They have more pressure about their career. In Pakistan.
Yeah.
Now I don't see that. I mean, I don't know, it's been a while since I've been in Pakistan, but for me, it's like the guys out there are in assembly lines ready to come out here. They ain't no career pressure, mate. They're driving their motorbikes, chilling out, enjoying life, chilling, absolutely relaxed. And then they're saying, yeah, man, just waiting to get married, isn't it? I mean, in a Pakistani Urdu Punjabi sense. And
I personally think, you know what, that was probably the mentality at one stage. But I think the mentality is starting to shift a bit now.
What, towards a career?
Towards a career, because they feel like here, you have to be financially stable in order to run a household. And it's becoming the same sort of situation where you can't just run 4 households that you're living in. You know, got 4 families living in one house, because the houses there are huge, to be fair. But you can't have 4 households running on one business. What, you know, that's back in our parents' days or grandparents' days, that was sufficient. But now it's like, okay, we've got the business, it's a family business, but we also have to have a career to be able to run our households and be able to, you know, fulfill our family's needs.
You're being very, very, very nice towards Pakistani.
Say, to be fair,
I'm also surprised.
think it's kind of linked to, like, I'm going to be a bit like, I don't know what the word is, but like, I think it's also linked to status. Because your career is linked to a status, right? So then let's say, for example, if a family's going to come and approach you for a rishta, let's be honest, they're going to look at what the boy does, because, like, I'm talking from a woman's perspective, they're going to want to look to see, like you said, if they can sort of financially support the daughter or whatever and stuff, because for them, it's also to be like, you know, my damand works like this, has got this job. It's a sense of pride again as well. So he's probably onto something, to be fair.
We've just also had another comment from Javeria Saeed Khan, and she's saying, I beg to differ. I feel men from Pakistan are definitely more chilled and want to come over still.
100%, man.
Oh, guys, 100%.
This in itself is a debate night. This itself is a debate night.
So pressure is on British girls to support and help settle them.
You know what? That's I've heard of stories, you know, not naming names, where, you know, there has been a case of, you know, the boys do come over. Some of them are absolutely hardworking. I don't think we can all kind of tar them with the same brush, but then others do come over and maybe just expect to kind of be more, I don't know if kept men is a bit too controversial, but not really contributing to the household as such. And then that does create a lot of pressure on sort of British born and bred Pakistani women who maybe weren't expecting to kind of run the household, both financially and emotionally, raising the kids and stuff is up as well. So I think definitely kind of back in the days, that was definitely the norm. It's about how we can kind of move that stigma and shift the kind of thinking pattern, especially for the generational gap for our parents' thinking and our own thinking.
And that brings us on to another comment that we had earlier on. It says, please comment on parents forcing children to marry cousins from back home. Now, whether it's right at the top. I don't know if
Okay, I missed that one. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the name is there,
Yeah.
but I think it's an acronym of some sort. I do apologize if I'm incorrect there. So the comment is, please comment on parents forcing children to marry cousins from back home. I do feel like that's still happening, but I do feel like that has calmed down from where we were, let's say 10 to 15 years ago. I do feel like parents are saying, okay, if you're born and bred here, let's get you married from here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like if you are a girl who's born and bred here, your parents will be more inclined for those reasons to get you married from here, because it's when you are marrying off your daughter from a country like Pakistan, and I'm not saying that the men there, I'm not saying anything about the men there, but the responsibility that it takes to call them over, the visa applications, and it is very costly. Again, I'm not saying about the men there. A lot of them are, well, I might say most of them are very hardworking, and they're very good by nature, and some of them are different.
I was going to say, I think it depends. If I'm honest, I think the kind of crux of the situation is that our parents kind of came over from Pakistan, so that is essentially what they know. And also, guys, just to emphasize again, these are our own opinions, but it's also the fact that we have to remember that in Islam, it is permitted to marry your cousins. Whether that's out of your choice or not, that's a completely different matter. But I do think that if people feel really strongly about this, you need to have those conversations with your parents, because I think that we forget a lot about the fact that they are from a completely different culture and generation as us. So we need to basically break those stereotypes that they are so used to, because they'll see it as, oh, I know what khandan he's from, I know what his family background is. I have that reassurance that he'll take care of my daughter, and it won't end in divorce or whatever it is, whatever the cultural stigma is going to be attached to it. Whereas people from down here, myself included, it just wasn't a thing for me. I wasn't interested in marrying a family relative or anything from back home or from here, whichever it may be, because for me, you want to be able to get to know the person that, inshallah, you are planning to spend a significant amount of time with, and have that bond and be able to build, like you said in the beginning, build a really strong foundation on. So I do feel like if people do feel very strongly about it, it's just about sitting down and having that conversation with your elders to see where they're coming from and where you're coming from, and try to bridge that gap. Yeah,
I think definitely this is an area, with the arranged marriage aspect and the whole, I think it is still rife. There is still, a lot of this happening where people are getting married back home. I don't know forcefully, but let's say willingly are getting married. But then there's a whole issue of, compatibility, different culture clashes. As you said, calling that person over here as well. That in itself is quite stressful as well. So that is all very interesting topic and very interesting area to take this down. And I can see there's quite passionate debates going on in our chats as well. Brother Irfan's mentioned about what about dating. Now, before we go into dating, we are going to take a short break. As our time is coming up, I see a lot of viewers that are tuning into our discussion. Keep your comments coming in. Do give us a call as well, because after the break, it's going to get even more interesting, where we're actually going to talk about the whole arranged marriage. And guys, I know there's rumors about, but you're going to hear my story as well. So that is going to be interesting in itself. So please make sure you tune in. We're going to discuss about arranged marriages, the issues about arranged marriages, okay, there are benefits. We'll discuss the pros and cons of arranged marriages and so on, but we're going to really break that down. So it's going to get fiery, it's going to get tasty, it's going to get, it's going to get detailed. So make sure you tune in and join us straight after this short break. So we'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
This is Aisha. Her father died in an accident at a very young age. She lives with her mother and siblings. There are millions like Aisha who do not have access to the very basics of life, resulting in her and many others not being able to attend school. Through Minhaj Welfare Foundation, your charity is dedicated towards supporting the full needs of orphans and needy children around the world. Donate today. Call us now, 0300 30 30 777, or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Amigos, the signature name when it comes to burgers and shakes. Our succulent burgers are prepared in front of you while you wait. Whether you go for our 6-ounce Mexican or our 10-ounce Texan, or you decide to go for our messy fries or our buffalo wings, one thing you're guaranteed is quality. Dine in with your friends and family at 400 Cranbrook Road, Gants Hill, or order in on Uber Eats, Just Eat or Deliveroo. Amigos, hats off to great burgers.
Nitro Treats, the dessert lab where your treats are formulated before your very eyes. Keep cool with our flavored shaved ice, or chill out with our exclusive Dragon Breath Nitro ice creams. Experiment with our selection of mojitos, or indulge in our traditional faludas or lassies. Visit Nitro Treats at 210 Ilford Lane, where our nitrologists remain ready to serve. Nitro Treats, it's nitrolicious.
Kebabish Original, one of the biggest names in the restaurant trade. Visit your local KO to experience the thrill of the grill and the most authentic Pakistani cuisine. From our kebabs to our curries, and from our mixed platters to our peri-peri, our chefs prepare your food in front of you while you wait. KO is now offering franchise opportunities. To take advantage of our proven and successful business model, contact us on 0208 446 7779 or visit kebabishoriginal.co.uk.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
Does your pizza excite you? London Pizza Depot invites you on a journey with our worldwide inspired pizzas. Be it the sizzling hearts of New York with the NYC hot dog pizza, or the cobble streets of Greece with our Greek goddess. Transport yourself with every bite. Our authentically prepared, hand-stretched dough, freshly diced bread, finest cuts of halal meat, and our 100% mozzarella cheese ensures the delivery of a masterpiece every time. Visit londonpizzadepot.co.uk or our branches in Ilford or Plaistow. This Ramadan, enjoy 50
If you want to
cent off
advertise your
over £15.
business on Revive
T's apply.
FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk. Alternatively, contact our sales team now on 079 44 56 5616. That's 079 44 56 5616.
Revive FM
94.0 on the radio,
on your mobile,
and online.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the debate night. I think it's officially mine and, okay, we know Annie's first show, but officially mine and Brother Abdul Halim's debate night. You know, we have some real powerhouses that present this debate night. Brother Saad, our young brother, set off the mark a couple of days ago. And then we have some very interesting debates coming up. So, you know, I'm talking the powerhouses will be back. Myself, Brother Abdul Halim, Annie, we're all about giving you guys a bit of entertainment as well as, you know, a discussion and, you know, get this conversation moving. But when the powerhouses come on later on, it's going to be very, very interesting and fiery, which we're looking forward to some amazing debates happening throughout. The good thing is, you know, last Ramadan, I think we only had 1 or 2 a week. Now we're having, you know, from Tuesdays to Saturdays, a debate night every night. You know, other channels and other stuff, you know, mostly what they're doing now in Ramadan, it's a traditional that most channels will be doing appeals and so on, which is fantastic. And, you know, it's important as well. But we thought, you know, at Revive FM, this is a time that people after, you know, Tarawih are sort of chilling out now, having their cup of teas now, protein smoothies,
I was post
karakchas,
wives.
McDonald's
gulab
milkshakes.
jamuns or McDonald's milkshakes and other milkshakes, of course, and are sitting down and enjoying that right now. We thought, let's give you some content. Let's give you some content to get your mind thinking and get you engaged with us. So, we hope at Revive FM 94.0, we are achieving that. Stay tuned. There are going to be great shows coming up. So we are, really looking forward to some interesting discussions. But we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. This, discussion is going into now arranged marriages. We want to definitely hear from you, hear your opinion. We're impressed with the viewership that we're getting today. So, all the activity on our chat is looking good as well. So we'll try to answer some of those as well. But do give us a call if you want to have a chat with us on 0333 444 0940 and get involved with this discussion. We really want to hear from you. We want to hear your experiences. Maybe there's something that you want to say about this whole scene, or you just want to raise a topic that you want to discuss with us in relating to this kind of stuff as well. But as Brother Halim has mentioned earlier, and myself as well, that we are not scholars here that we're going to give a halal and haram opinion or something. We're just trying to get the conversation started and talk about what real life problems people face, what real life issues people face. So yeah, let's keep the conversation going. And the next area that we were talking about was arranged marriages. Annie, is it dead?
Is it dead? Going straight to me. I think it depends. Okay, so what is arranged marriage? I mean, I'd love the Facebook chat, you guys that are on the chat, it'd be really, really good to see what the concept that people understand of arranged marriage, because an arranged marriage can be that, our parents, set this up, or, I had a rishta auntie in the masjid or on the WhatsApp group, or
rishta auntie in the masjid. Check it out.
I'm telling you, the masjids are opening up.
And when we were sent out halal dating, and it caused an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
And you've got the rishta aunties in the masjid, mashallah.
Mashallah, they're everywhere.
Forward thinking.
That's the community is getting popping. But yeah, and versus like an introduced marriage and stuff as well, because I think arranged marriages back in the day used to be looking at the compatibility of the children. I've got a doctor's son, you've got an accountant daughter, they'll make a match made in heaven. They were just looking very much on paper how people are going to match up and stuff, right? Or looking at the cultural family heritage. Are we from the same sort of Islamic school of thought? There's so many things that they thought, okay, this is what our parents did. We're just carrying on this trend and stuff. So whether it's dead or not, you guys in the comments, the viewers, please call up and tell us, is it dead? Do you think that it works? Do you think that it needs a bit of tweaking? It'd be really, really good to hear what people's thoughts and opinions are on this.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm seeing Javeria is going, she's on fire right now. She still can't let go of the Pakistan debate. I mean, I've got to mention, sometimes it's to do with land and keeping the jaidat of the family or handan, which probably means keeping the izzat, or I don't know. Yeah.
Jaidat is to do with the plot of land.
Plot of land.
We've gone into finances here.
So this is this is interesting. But I think the Pakistan debate will close that. And we'll move on to arranged marriages.
The UK,
arranged marriages in UK. Halim's bringing it back into the shores. Brexit and that, so we're bringing it back into our shores. But there is. The question is, what is arranged marriage right now? What exactly do we define as arranged marriage? Is it just a simple introduction, and what do you do after that? Is it?
Can you say no? Can you say yes? How many people is it okay to meet through these avenues and stuff as well? I think that's really important, because I do feel that back in the day, having seen sort of again like friends and stuff as well, having had these conversations, when I was looking. It's more about like, oh, what if I don't like the first person that I come across? I feel really bad though, because our parents got along really well. We really match on paper, but I feel bad about saying no and stuff. I always used to say to them, and my mantra is in life to all of my friends is don't settle. For my, my strong opinion is, because this is a very, very important life decision. Like you have to be able to.
Here we go.
Oh, guys.
Buckle your seats. We have a call into our debate night. So let's get the caller on the line straight in, and let's get this discussion started, and let's see where it heads now. Let's see where it goes. Assalamu alaikum, caller. You are live on Revive FM 94.0's debate night. Who's calling?
Walaikum salam. My name is Irfan.
Irfan, mashallah. How you doing, brother? You okay?
I'm okay, my brother. How are you?
All good. Talking about halal dating and that, innit?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Halal dating, is there such a thing?
Well, we don't know. We just don't know. We just don't know. We just don't know. But yes, Irfan, what would you like to say and add?
I think the world's getting smaller. You know, a lot of people are getting married to people outside their own cultures now. They're saying, "Oh, my son-in-law or daughter-in-law is going to be a Muslim. I'm okay with it." You know, Russian Muslims, African Muslims, Mauritian Muslims. You know, lots of Muslims are getting married to each other now. It's not like Pakistanis are only marrying Pakistanis, for example. And I give myself as an example. I'm married to a Pakistani, but I'm not from Pakistan. But we've still been together. You know how many years we've been together anyway. But
let's not reveal your age online now, right now, yeah?
Sorry?
I said we won't reveal your age online right now, right?
You can reveal it. I don't care. But I just think that sometimes, you know, it sounds bad, but sometimes you do need to go out with your future wife, maybe, because you need to get to know their family. Because you not only marry her, you marry everybody. If you know what I mean. You know, you have to kind of get to grips with their culture, get to grips with who their brothers are, who their sisters are, who their family are, and that makes your life easier. So.
Am I allowed to step in here?
Of course, please do.
So when you say going out, because you mentioned her family and kind of speaking to her brothers and stuff, what does going out mean to you? And kind of what would you say is a timeline or a timestamp on there?
Going out doesn't actually mean going out. Going out means spending time with each other. So sometimes, you know, families will meet up. You know, your families will meet up knowing that you potentially could get married to each other. Or you could potentially go out with each other, as in go on a date with each other, go to dinner. Don't go to the cinema because you can't speak in the cinema, but go have dinner. You know, spend a little bit of time. It depends. Sometimes you meet somebody and you click instantly. Sometimes you meet someone you think, I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
I think it's a valid point, definitely, because especially I think if there is, for example, a third party there, there's maybe certain questions, certain topics that obviously in a halal territory that you might not be able to kind of see, you know, whether you've got banter with them or whatever it is sort of thing as well. But it's just about kind of, I think a lot of young people especially struggle is where do the boundaries lie? If you guys are alone or going out to dinner and stuff as well, yeah, you're in a public place, but, you know, where are the boundaries, I think? It's a very, very grey area.
It's not. The boundary is very clear. My boundary belongs to no, it's very clear. My boundary belongs to me. So if my kids tell me I'm going out with this person, then I know where my kids are. And if they're with that particular guy and their mom and dad knows, hold on, this guy's going out with this girl, as long as our parents know each other, what's happening, I don't really give a damn what anybody thinks of me.
Forward-thinking parent. Forward-thinking
parent, yeah.
But, so in fact, you would basically, I mean, I won't say encourage, but what you're saying is that as long as there is clarity in what's happening, you're happy for your children to get to know a potential partner.
Yeah. As long as I know where they are, and as long as they've got their respect, and you know, the thing is, I put my kids, listen, man, I have to know where you are. I don't care who you're with, but you have to tell me who you're with. And you know, you get the people with the binoculars looking out the window. Hey, brother, I saw your daughter with so. I know you saw my daughter with so. She told me she was with him. Oh, well, you did? Yeah, I know that. Okay, then it's fine then. We have a clear boundary of where our kids are. Secondly, they're not harming anybody. But the thing is it halal? I don't know. It's a grey area if it's halal or not.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's a grey area.
That's what the whole idea. So you think to yourself, I don't know, where do you draw the line? If you really want to go into the depths of everything, nothing is halal then. Everything is haram.
But where have you drawn the line? But the question to ask you is, where have you drawn the line with your child? Yeah. Obviously, you've drawn the line where you said, okay, be clarity in what what they're doing. But where have you drawn the line in terms of what you're educating your child? Are you educating your child that, okay, if you tell me that you are trying to find a long-term marriage or proposal or a long-term partner, then let's talk and let's discuss. But if you are simply saying, okay, you don't mind your kids going and casually free mixing as such, what boundaries have you taught your child?
Yeah, no. First of all, my boundary with my kids is their deen. Do you learn your Islam? Then if you learn your Islam properly, you will know in your own heart what is right. So then, are you looking for a partner? Okay, look, I'm okay with you looking for a partner. Please bring your partner to me. I want to meet him as well. Or I'd like to. Thing is, there's lots of rules that are different for boys and girls when it shouldn't be.
See, I was going to say, yeah, that's the difficulty, because first of all, I very, very much respect kind of the stance you've taken in being open with, inshallah, your children about this, because that, I think, is the first step to kind of being able to have an open discussion with a parent to actually approach and be like, look, this is where I am in life. This is kind of the steps that I'm thinking to take, because it really helps that, to develop and build up on that trust and stuff. But then, for example, if they're coming to you every other week and saying, oh, no, I'm going to meet this person, I'm going to meet this person, where do you draw the line?
No, that's right. You're right about that. 100%. If you keep coming out with, Dad, this is my girlfriend, oh, Dad, this is my boyfriend, I'm like, wait. It was someone else last week,
Yeah.
So I'm not for that.
Yeah.
Secondly, what I really find, and I'm really sorry to say this, I find this a lot amongst the Asian community. If my son brings a black girl home, I'm okay with it. But a lot of guys are like, I don't want you to marry this black girl. I don't want you to marry this white boy. I'm like, listen, really? Is that what we've come to? So,
you know what? Someone's going to have to break the mold. So I think I agree. Like, I do think that a lot of people are just like, no, it's only Pakistanis with Pakistanis. If that works for you and it happens to just be like your Pakistanis that got together, fine. But if it happens to be someone from a different culture, mashallah, like even if it's someone that's converted to Islam or whatever, just say to them, they're getting extra swab, if they're introducing them to Islam. Like, there's so many different ways you can open up that conversation. It's just about being strong enough within your own self to just, face that backlash.
But I do think, yes, I absolutely agree with you guys there. But I get, and I think it differs from case to case. Like you said, some people might actually be like, okay, I'm from a Pakistani background, just so that, there's no culture clash or anything like that. I want to marry a Pakistani. But if, like Brother Irfan said, if someone does come home with someone from another race, and everyone feels like, yes, the two families are going to integrate with one another happily, then I'm with you there.
Yes, that's right. I mean, Mus knows me very well. I'm from an extremely multicultural family.
Very, very,
very, very much so. My brother-in-laws are married. We got an Estonian. We got an English girl. We've got. I'm from Yemen myself, and we have got literally every kind of culture, every kind of.
I think culture doesn't apply to you guys, isn't it? It's just literally free for all, isn't it?
Yeah, they're the definition of multicultural.
We are vulture, but you know what? We're happy. That's the thing. We're actually happy. So when you're happy, that's half of your problems are away if you're happy. So, and also I find sometimes even you can be from the same religion and the same culture, and the ego sets in. So my family back home are like this, and my family back home are like that. And I think to myself, really, does that still go on? That still happens? It's basically saying my dad's richer than your dad. No one cares about that anymore. No one gives a damn about that. If you're a nice boy and you're a good girl, that's all that matters. And if you got your deen, if you're compatible with each other, that's half of your marriage. And the other half of the marriage is probably people buying in.
Yes.
The people buying in can really cause havoc sometimes. And but the fact is, once you're married, that's okay. Getting together, once you're married is okay. If the getting together is halal or not. So the process of arranged marriages, the good of our parents are saying, you know what, my son, I like, this girl, she's from a good family, and she would be a good girl. And my son's like, Dad, I don't want to marry this girl. Okay, fine. We look for someone else. That is arranging your marriage, just arranging someone to go out with you. A lot of people are arranging things for themselves now.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah. Irfan, you've left because we've got to go on a short break as well. You've left us with words of wisdom, interesting discussions. So we will keep those going after this break as well. But Irfan, once again, thank you for calling in, and you have a blessed Ramadan as well.
Thank you.
You too.
Take care.
I'll catch up with you. Take care.
That was Brother Irfan, who came in and added his, I don't know what you say, forward-thinking or considerably forward-thinking views to our debate night as well. I'm getting a lot of comments coming in, but what I'm going to do is, because I want to give a maximum time to our last session of our show. So I'm going to go on a short break now. We're going to come back. We're going to carry on the conversation of arranged marriage, because I can see there's a lot more comments that are coming in. So we're going to read those comments and we're going to take those comments on after this short break. So stay tuned. We are going to be back. And yes, this conversation of arranged marriage will carry on. So we will see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Through Minhaj Welfare Foundation, your giving saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water, emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world, supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects. Call us now, 0300 30 30 777, or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Nitro Treats, the dessert lab where your treats are formulated before your very eyes. Keep cool with our flavored shaved ice, or chill out with our exclusive Dragon Breath Nitro ice creams. Experiment with our selection of mojitos, or indulge in our traditional faludas or lassies. Visit Nitro Treats at 210 Ilford Lane, where our nitrologists remain ready to serve. Nitro Treats, it's nitrolicious.
Rosia Plumbing, the boiler specialists. We do new boiler installations, full house central heating systems, underfloor heating, boiler repairs, boiler servicing, and gas safety certification for landlords. With some of the best prices in town, there's no job too big or too small for our qualified engineers. For a free, no obligation quote, contact us now on 07956 282 948. Rosia Plumbing, the boiler specialists.
अब हम धीरे धीरे लॉकडाउन से बाहर आ रहे हैं। घर से बाहर 6 लोगों तक के ग्रुप में या 2 खानदान आपस में मिल सकते हैं। दोस्तों को गार्डन लंच पर बुलाइए। लीजिए, आप अपने हिस्से का काम कर रहे हैं, एक मुनासिब फासला बनाकर। लेकिन जब अंधेरा होने लगे और थोड़ी ठंड भी, तो अचानक से दिल में आरामदेह लाउंज में जाने की ख्वाहिश जाग सकती है। लेकिन याद रखिए, ताज़ा हवा में आप ज्यादा महफूज हैं, क्योंकि कोविड-19 के ज़र्रात इसमें उड़ जाते हैं। आइए इस अगले कदम को इंतहाई एहतियात से उठाएं। याद रखें, हैंड्स, फेस, स्पेस एंड फ्रेश एयर।
If you want to advertise your business on Revive FM, then visit www.revivefm.co.uk. Alternatively, contact our sales team now on 07944 56 5616. That's 07944 56 5616.
The Career Link Project is a free employment and career service aimed at supporting young BAME women to navigate a path towards a successful future. If you're 16 or over and currently out of work, you could receive up to 10 months of personalised one-on-one career support and skills-based training to help you secure your future. Get in touch with us today on 07862 035 511 or email us at clp@tffn.co.uk. The Career Link Project, your future in your hands.
With over 40 years experience in the industry, Plachette Carpets is the place to go for all your carpets, laminates, linos and wood flooring. We have an established network of suppliers, which means we can offer some of the best prices in town. We offer free estimates, free measurements and now even free fitting. Call us now on 0208 472 8568 or visit us at 157 Plachette Road, Upton Park, London, E13 0QZ.
Revive FM
94.0. On the radio.
on your mobile.
And online.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the debate night on, I don't know what day is this, Ramadan, Thursday? Thursday night.
Yeah.
Thursday night, debate night with your hosts, Muzammil Rafiq, Brother Abdul Halim and Sister Annie. So we are here discussing halal dating, arranged marriage, love marriage, as we're saying. So right now we're still talking about the arranged marriage. Safina, Annie, there was some comments from Safina that came in. So yes, would you like to fire away with those?
Yep. So Safina Qayyum made a really good point. So she said it's important for parents to instill Islamic values and God consciousness kind of into their children, just so then when they reach that point of seeking a partner, they know where their halal and haram boundaries are. I am paraphrasing here. And also she's made an important point of saying that as Muslims, in her opinion, we should refrain from using the term dating because it has different connotations. But when I did read that in the break, I did say that if not using dating, and I agree with you, what other term can we use? Because I feel like dating is just a snapshot to be like, oh yeah, I'm dating this person. When you say I'm speaking to this person for the intention of marriage, I already tongue twisted myself right there. It becomes quite a mouthful. But I do agree, even when we've talked about the concept of halal dating, that's exactly the point of today's show. What is halal dating? You know, what other term would you coin?
Yeah. Halal meetup and that, innit?
Halal hangouts.
Or like Kurotanan just said, I would say, okay, let's just say you're meeting up with someone who is going to be your potential spouse, who could be your potential spouse. I think if you say dating and we normalize dating for our children, that could become quite problematic, looking at it from an Islamic perspective, especially in this society. Yes.
No, definitely. I totally agree that obviously if you're encouraging people to think about, you know, marriage and thinking about being a bit forward thinking, you know, calling it dating is probably not the right way forward. So yeah, it's the whole mindset and discussion that needs to take place with your children or with yourself if you're looking as well to discuss this. We are getting a lot of comments coming in.
We've got a bit of Pakistani bashing going on.
Oh, we've got more Pakistani bashing going on.
Maybe not bashing, but more of an inter-debate,
I think we'll leave that for now.
Yeah.
I think we're going to take this on. Because I think.
Or I was going to say, have the debate in the comments, because to be fair, I feel like they've set up their own sort of their own little debate conversation going on here, just talking about Pakistani girls and Pakistani boys.
Let's do it. You know what? I think even that, you know, I've got messages coming in as well from individuals who are listening in right now and saying, you know, make sure you talk about, you know, the difference between arranged marriage and forced marriage. You know, talking about how. So Brother Irfan mentioned the what do they call it?
Interracial.
Interracial marriages that are taking place now, but yet it's still a taboo. It's still a massive taboo.
Definitely.
When children are trying or thinking about other cultures and the parents are still, you know, there's that. Oh, chill out and, you know, stick with our own and all this. This is another hot area that we could take this discussion.
I'd love if we got parents to, you know, I mean, older generations, parents to call up, or someone to call up on their behalf and be like, Mom, talk to them. Because I think that is where all of this is stemmed from. Even talking about this sort of Pakistani girls and the Pakistani boys, and whether they're from back home, whether they're from here, whether it's arranged, whether it's introduced, you have to realize a lot of this comes from generational stigma, generational trauma, whatever you want to call it, because this is what we've all been exposed to. Because in one way or another, whether you're Pakistani or from another sort of South Asian cultural background, you'll probably have seen it or come across it or been sort of a bystander to it and thought, you know, I'm not going to really speak into it because, you know, it's not my thing. We need to be speaking to the people who set the precedent, I suppose, to kind of get an idea of where they're coming from. But, you know, I don't know whose auntie's going to please call in.
You could see Annie's after an auntie, I wish the auntie to call in and talk about how her system works, you know, how her system works and how she does it. But, you know, the whole topic and the whole discussion here was that, you know, comparing arranged marriage with maybe forward-thinking approaches to finding the partner. You know, we just use the caption as dating, but, you know, we're saying forward-thinking ways of someone to find that partner. Arranged marriage, I still feel, you know, it perhaps should be more of an introduction kind of service, but there should be an opportunity for the individuals, because I think there's a life decision. It's not it's not a decision of, you know, this is a bucket list task that I need to do in life. And obviously those that know are in my close network. Unfortunately, I, you know, divorced only a little while ago, and this was one of the things. My marriage was arranged, and it was, you know, for myself, as soon as I've come out of degree, you know, you've come out of degree and you want to get quickly married. That was it. You know, it was engrossed into you that, yes, this is the age you get your degree. You've done your 1 year.
You hit those milestones.
Your milestone, and you're ticking off, and you're thinking you're on a great roll here. And all of a sudden, marriage is one of those lists that you need to do. But then you know, obviously jumped into the marriage within, you know, 6 months of seeing this woman, not even speaking to her properly. Bang! I'm all of a sudden married, and not realizing, well, hold on a second, is this something that you actually want? You know, have you even explored that? What kind of what kind of companion you want, what kind of bond do you want.
Yeah.
You know, you've got all your career, you've got, you know, all the stuff that you do on the side. Is this actually what you want?
Did you feel pressurized into it?
I think it was the society pressure.
Mm.
It was just the society pressure. The parents' pressure. They were chilled. My parents were quite chilled. Yeah.
You agreed to it yourself. You feel like, yeah, you know what, I'm cool with this.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, young kid, you know, coming out of uni.
Yeah, I like everyone.
Being a good boy.
Well,
Being
like,
a good boy.
let's be
all
fair.
of a sudden, you put into that line of thinking, okay, I might as well get married. And literally, it was like pretty much the first rishta I saw.
See,
and I
that's
thought, yeah,
the
mate, let's do this.
difficulty. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying though,
Yeah.
as well, is not exploring your options. I think that you probably see, and I'm not putting it, but it might have been like, you know what, she's pretty, she ticks pretty much all right, you know, a few boxes, maybe not all of them. It's all right, what we'll do and stuff. How long does it then take you to think, you know what, actually, this is not working out?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that for me would be the very, very scary thing of thinking that. Because I think a lot of people as well in arranged marriages, guys, call up, tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that they feel that, oh, if this marriage did end in divorce or separation, it's not my fault. I didn't make my decision. My parents told me to do it. So it's their fault that I'm in this position. And I think that is a very, very hard pill to swallow for both sides, both the parents and the children, to think, where do I go from here?
Yeah, see, this is that communication.
Yeah,
that I've seen. I was just thinking of an example in my head when I had one of these brothers approach me, and it's the same thing, that the pressure of him getting married, you know, doing a degree, he's done really well, he's about to go into a career now, and you know, there's a pressure on him. Okay, you need to settle down. So he's basically just said, yeah, just find anyone, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know, and he's clearly not that type. I know this individual. He's not that type at all.
Yeah.
You know, he wants that companionship. He wants that thing, but he's just like, you know what? The parents are pressurizing me. I don't care. I'll just do it. And exactly what you've just said there, that, you know, if it all falls to the ground, you know, the parents did it.
Because to be fair, like for something like that, I would say that is forced marriage. Although they're not forcing you to, like, okay, you have to go and marry this person. They'll say, look, I want you to marry this person. It's those pressures that you're put into. You're like, I don't want to disappoint my parents. I can't disappoint my parents. They're telling me to marry this person. If I say no, they will be upset from this.
I don't know. I don't agree with that, because I feel like if he's relaxed enough to just be like, you know what, I can't, let's be honest, it's the bottom line is essentially, I can't be bothered to find a spouse or go out there. You lot find me someone who's going to tick your boxes and it's cool. I'm all right. I'm cushy with it.
Which is crazy, isn't it? Like,
And
what
I
kind of
understand,
mindset is
because
that
I
for
think
marriage?
Islamically as well, marriage is half your deen, right? It's half your deen. Imagine that half of your deen is something that will help you get into Jannah, inshallah, right? It's such a massive weight to carry to actually make. And nowadays as well, like the divorce rates in Islam as well, you know, not just Pakistanis or whatever, is rising.
Oh,
right?
lockdown divorces are happening.
You know,
right now.
lockdown, that's it. People have realized they can't stand each other. I've had so many friends and colleagues that have just decided, you know what, I've been married for 20 years. That's it. I can't be bothered. You know, I can't stand him or her. And I think it's crazy. It's such a big step in your life, which is why I always say to my friends, don't settle. If you see the red flags, which is another topic of its own, what is a red flag?
Yes.
You know, how to recognize them. You know, don't settle. You've got to make such a big decision that is going to affect your life and your family's lives and whatever. Because people do say that, oh, me and my spouse get married is just about us two. I'm sorry, but it's not. People might disagree with me, but your family's going to come into it. His family's going to come into it. You know, then your children are going to come into it and stuff as well. It takes a big melting pot of people that might contribute to it as well. And then, you know, families' influences on the marriage and stuff as well. How to kind of navigate those minefields, I suppose.
But that's it. That's the point I'm making, that there are a lot of pressures. And because of those pressures, you feel like, okay, you know what? No one's going to be happy with me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No one's going to have my back at the end of the day. So you know what? I'll just go with it, because if I turn around and say, no, I want my way, no one's going to be happy. No one's going to be smiling, right? I'm going to disappoint everyone in my family. And that mentally is exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting
And
to
also,
disappoint that many people. So
Yeah.
some people just be like, all right, you know what? You want me to marry this person? I'll just do it.
But also what I think people need to realize as well, especially because in my generation, the younger generation, is you're never going to find, guys, a perfect spouse. You know, alhamdulillah.
What are you trying to say?
No, alhamdulillah, you know, I've got a very, very good husband, alhamdulillah. But you're never going to
She just said good, brother.
You're never going to find someone who is amazing, and marriage would be boring if everything was just a yes game. You know, you need to have, you're gonna build skills through marriage, communication skills, you know, a sense of understanding, a sense of negotiation. Like, marriage in and of itself is going to teach you so much.
Trust that comment, eh? Trust that comment.
Yeah,
you see that,
you got.
I'm going to leave that to listeners to take that comment on and imagine what that means. But that is just typical of this person to enter. He loves to enter our debate nights. Yeah,
he's in the building, guy. Not actually in the building.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, I think he knows that me and Brother Halim cannot, keep a straight face when he drops these comments. Annie was all professional and stuff.
I
But yeah,
read it and I was like, what on earth does he mean?
well, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But yes, forward thinking is the way that, if we were to conclude the show right now and say, we've only got a few minutes left, and you want to leave, something that, will basically make you basically take this on and say, okay, you know what, forward thinking, good communication between, the parents and the children being honest.
Yes.
And perhaps if you're looking for that spouse, or if you're looking for a companion, take marriage seriously.
Yeah.
Don't just think it's a tick box exercise.
Don't romanticize, guys. You have to understand that when you're speaking to someone for the intention of marriage, you're gonna have to be quite blunt. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, giggly and giddy and stuff as well. There are like hard questions you're gonna have to ask to realize whether this person is going to be compatible for you or not, whether this person, you see them as the father of your children, whether you see them bonding and gelling down with your family and stuff. There's a lot of things that you have to think about without having those rose-tinted glasses on. And I think that's where age and maturity also come into it when we think about what's the right age for getting married. I know so many people who have just rushed in because, like you said, they were 24, 25, 23 and thought, yeah, it's the time to get married and stuff. Ishi's gone off on one. He's gone off on one.
Yeah, that's typical, isn't it? There's such
also,
sorry.
To just drop in, Safina made a really good point, and it's actually quite a nice one. Just because I do think we tend to bash it a bit, but she said that she's been in an arranged marriage herself, and alhamdulillah, has been happily married for 25 years. Nothing bad to say about it, but now as a parent, she understands the difficulties and the different mindset, and I think that's so
Very
important.
good.
Looking at it as someone who has been through an arranged marriage but realizes it might not be fitting for kids of our generation.
That is great. That's the kind of parents
that's
that you
honesty.
need. Yes,
honesty
like
right
that.
there. Being like, yeah, okay, it worked for me, but it might not work.
It'd be interesting to say it would be interesting to see what a husband says. But we'll save that for another day. Final remarks before we close this debate night. I think we've left, interesting scenarios, and potentially it looks like just having this discussion today, we haven't even touched on social media.
This is scraping this.
We haven't touched on social media.
Literally.
So there's all these apps out there. There's all these bureaus out there. We haven't even discussed those, and that was part of our discussion. But we knew that this discussion is going to go off. There's people are just take from today. You've had the forced marriage aspect. You've had the pressures, the mental pressures of marriage. Getting that right marriage, and the marrying abroad aspect as well. So this was all discussed today as well. So if all the listeners out there want us to keep going, keep these debate nights going. I know the lovely couple here are going to be busy in the course of the next couple of weeks, but we're hoping that if the listeners want us to continue this conversation, we will get these guys in. We'll work around their schedule, and we'll try to carry these debate nights on this topic, because I think this doesn't end here. This just doesn't end here. This carries on. So I'm going to allow.
We already got Sister Safina saying there must be a part two.
There you go. So the debate started.
Me and him are married, alhamdulillah, but we still have like so many different opinions and so many different things. That's the thing, that you can have differences in marriage and still, find a way to make it work. Just respect your boundaries.
100%. So that's marriage advice. So I'll leave that as your concluding marks. Respect your boundaries. Brother Abdul Halim.
Forward thinking and communication. Communication is key. To build the generation gap, you need to communicate with your parents, with your sons, with your daughters, just so everyone is on the same page when it does come to that final moment.
Wow, mashallah, man. Brother Halim's on fire. Looks like getting married has made you more wiser, mashallah. So, yeah, alhamdulillah, as they say. So, yes, guys, it has been a true pleasure having my co-hosts in today, Sister Annie and Brother Abdul Halim. I think, you've got a good team that's being, developed here with, a great topic that we discuss as well. Hopefully, everyone will take this, carry on the conversation on our Facebook and YouTube chats and get this conversation started. And if you want us to continue on, inshallah, we will do another show as well on this as well. We are looking forward to this. Keep this Ramadan blessed. Keep this Ramadan. Take advantage of this blessed month. And inshallah, we will hopefully see you guys soon. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. Over and out.
If you want to advertise your business on Revive